Well, if it isn't part 1 of our England campaign in 1.35 Domination DLC. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, your host, Red Shake. And what does say Red Shake more than a reddish England? Arm local, go for Great Britain. Start Iron Man. The goal of this campaign, mission tree. If you enjoyed those let's plays of the major powers, the major countries that I'm doing on my channel, consider liking and subscribing the videos. Would help the Red Shake channel a lot. Right off the bat, we need to mobilize for the continuation of the 100 Years' War. We start with -1 nation unrest, 10% infantry combat ability. Right, estates nobility, English villanage. So the peasantry is subject to the villanage system, similar to serfdom. The villains are severely restricted in their freedom of mobility by the nobility and serve their landlord. Does not lose crown land share from developing provinces. Influence 20%. Right, nobility influence should have been in red, I think, because it's actually like a malus, a debuff to our nation rather than a buff, I think. So let's summon the diet and go for prestige at least 30. Seize the land once. And before we do our estates and assign seats in parliament, let's check the mission tree. Right, the 100 Years' War, Royal Court. Raising an army. Almost has at least 80% force limit, so no manpower amount needed. Delicious coffee. Wait a minute. Playing as the English and drinking coffee at the same time? That's not the kind of roleplay you were expecting, right? Do we have War of the Roses? Acts of Parliament. Strength the Kingdom, House Divided. Right, we won't be forming the Angevin Kingdom or Angevin Monarchy, Angevin Empire in this one. It would be in a later one. Do we start with any professionalism? 0%. So let's get ourselves mercenaries. I like as an opening strategy for England to go with high siege pips mercenaries, but before we hire anybody, let's get ourselves... Let's do the states first. Let's do the states. Clergy, religious state, admin advisor, as well as religious diplomats. Then we go for clerical education. And for... we sit at 41 equilibrium. 41 equilibrium. We need another 10 at least. So let's go for either religious delegation or institutionalized clergy. Now, the nobility, primacy of the nobility, aristocratic councillors, supremacy over the crown, as well as Let's go for nobility right for diet call. And that's it for now. Burghers, Land of Commerce, Patronage of the Arts, Commercial Advisory Board, indebted to the burghers. And one more privilege, which is gonna be either the burghers' forced draft or the burghers' monopoly rights. Let's get the forced draft. Right, the decisions: drafting ships for war, support of the clergy, and called diet for the nobility. Actually, on a second thought, let's give the nobility, the burghers, I mean, 15 loyalty by giving them monopoly rights. Now we sit on health amount of equilibrium above 50% by all three estates. Naval doctrine, wooden wall, naval combat bonus of owned coast. A stamp passes and our navy force limit gets higher. This naval doctrine will become more expensive, so I like to embrace it as soon as possible. When it comes to monarch powers, we focus on military. Get ourselves +2 discipline. I mean +5% discipline. And Diplora +1. As well as national unrest -2. Right, 3 seats of the parliament. 3 seats of the parliament. We have Kent, London, Oxford, Lancashire, Bedfordshire. A seat in parliament gives more production, tax, manpower, and sailors. I like to sort my provinces by tax income and see at the beginning of the game, at least when you have parliament, and give the highest taxes provinces a seat in the parliament. So to be London, Bordeaux, Essex, Kent, Oxford. London, Bordeaux, Essex, Kent, and Oxford. Was it Oxford? Oxford, Norfolk, and Sussex. So Oxford, Norfolk, just like that. We've assigned. Whoops. Unpause a little bit. We've assigned parliament seats. Now let's start it as a debate. Appoint a new prime minister. Cheaper to employ, land reform, or expanded bureaucracy, culture conversion cost, Admiral 75 tradition, 11,000 sailors, sail recovery speed, stability, land maintenance, fort maintenance. Let's go for the stability, shall we? Let's go for the stability. Now let's exempt London from conscription, exempt impressment. What else? Placate the clergy once, twice, and give some diplo support or mil support. Let's give some diplo support once. And admin support. Just like that, we got 1 stab. Rivals. Ugh. Everybody hates our guts. Let's go for Scotland. France, as well as Burgundy. Castilians start as friendly, so we ally them from day 1. Tyrone wants alliance. And they would accept vassalization. I'm not sure if I want a vassal island. I'd rather control the land directly though. Person, mark that. Yes. Let's disable this decision. Right. Oof, 6 shock. The Forlorn Hope. Let's see who has lots of siege. It's the Bascoli, Red Shanks, and the White Company and Forlorn Hope. Well, it's a no-brainer to get the Forlorn Hope because of 6 shock. As well as, let's get ourselves... let's get ourselves either the Bascolis, or the Flemish Company. They're pretty expensive though. Or the Gallo Glasses, but they don't have any siege pips. I need at least 2 armies with siege pips. One would siege Chartres and later Paris, and one would siege Haute-Poitou. Or we go for the Grand Company or the Free Company. Decisions. Let's go for the Bascoli. At least he has 3 shock. Yep, Bascoli it is. Go to Alençon. Above our force limit, but it is what it is, I think. Crappy Admiral. Let him go and prepare to blockade the ports. We have John Talbot. We won't assign to the army yet because there's a chance that he might die while leading the armies. Now if Castile, Portugal as allies, let's get ourselves Austria maybe. Would they join? Yes, they would. Let's get ourselves Austria. As well as Aragon. Do they decide some of the French land? Yes, as well as Castile. But the thing is, if we ally Aragon, Castile may break the alliance. So sad. Let's go for the Pope or Brandenburg, Milan, Brittany, Deutsche Orden, Switzerland. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Or maybe Diplo-Vassal Tyrone. Let's leave the first diplomatic slot open just for now. Troops shipped. So let us embargo the Burgundians and the Scots. A mission fulfilled, raise an army. So traditionally, the parliament opposes an attempt of a standing army for the royal house. Instead, our kingdom relies on the effort of militia, mercenaries, and the levies of the nobility. As the 100 Years' War is going through the last phases and the Scots are posing a threat to our security, it is only natural that we must raise an army one way or another. So get a permanent claim on Britain region and a subjugation CB on Scotland, which lasts 25 years. Did we hire a diplomatic advisor? No. Also, looming disaster, the War of the Roses. Yep. It is what it is. Also, let's build a spy network on the French. And from Lubeck, redirect our merchant to collect in Champagne. Then we go for the hostile trading policy. Castile royal marriage. as well as the Austrians. I'm not decreasing the maintenance of the army because I'm about to get into the conflict with the French. The French allied Genoa. Let's score some favors with the Castilians, meanwhile. Jousting in England. So jousting has been a tradition in all Europe for centuries, allowing knights to display and hone their combat abilities. In recent years, jousting has been improved and perfected with innovations such as the introduction of the tilt barrier. Its purpose is to prevent collisions and to keep both riders at an optimal angle when breaking the lance. Improvements in armor technology have also led to better safety for the combatants. As a result, jousting has become more an entertainment and spectacle rather than an actual martial exercise. However, it also means that more people than ever before are able to participate in them. A wonderful sport. So army tradition, prestige, splendor, jousting tournament until the end of the Age of Discovery, national arrest -2, prestige, yearly, prestige. Profiteering in Sheffield, Let's go for the trade power. Come, I'm not sending my light ships to protect trade because I'm expecting a war soon. Come on, where's the event? Event where? Come on, come on. Come on. So rule is horrible, man. Come on. Come on, where's the event? Come on, where's the event? Lack of demand of diapers. The economy fools. Should I declare on them? Oh yeah, I can declare for Armagnac if I want to. But the French is allied to the Scots. Social mobility, yes please. Come on, man. We have a game. We have a game. If you feel pity for me, please like and subscribe. So, the surrender of Maine. Right, in exchange for accepting the Treaty of Tours in 1444, the county of Maine was promised to France. In practice, however, this has still not come to pass. No English governor wants to be remembered as the one to surrender Maine, and in London, prominent nobles are claiming that our negotiator, William de la Pole, had no mandate to make this concession in the first place. French emissaries have repeatedly tried to remind us of this ever since the signing. Charles VII has now finally taken matters in his own hands and shown up at the walls of Le Mans, demanding the city to surrender. Unless we surrender Maine to the French, we are very likely looking at a hasty resumption of hostilities. We must honor our obligations even if it pains us, or we will not surrender an inch of territory to the French. So France will likely go to war over our violation of the truce and will be considered the aggressor in such a war. Right. They want to teach me how to war as the choice of action. So we fulfill a mission at war with France. The 100 Years' War. The Treaty of Tours has brought an uneasy period of truce between England and France. Both sides are aware that this is unlikely to last, and we must decide whether to honor their treaty and bide our time, or prepare for war. The fate of England depends on this very action. So we get the event Destiny of England. Event inside. This event allows us to decide between keeping the British missions, which focus on the New World and the colonization of Asia, which will be the focus of this Let's Play, and the Angevin missions, which focus on continental dominance on Europe. This would be one of the future Let's Plays that I'm planning to do as England. So, Destiny of England. The relations between the Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of France are tainted forever by the 100 Years' War. King Edward III claimed the throne of the French in 1337, and our both states have been in constant conflicts ever since. The war is approaching its final conclusion, and it becomes apparent that our fate depends on our stance towards continental Europe. The continent is no longer of our interest. So we keep the British missions and we get isolation policy for 25 years, giving us national arrest, death cost, or we cannot abandon our Angevin claim. So replace the British mission with the Angevin mission. Angevin missions focus on the domination of Europe instead of the colonization of the New World and Asia. We will not be able to form Great Britain and obtain new missions. Also, we gain a force union CB on France. That lasts for 30 years. And we get a permanent claim on Ile-de-France and Champagne area. Right, so means we cannot enforce a PU on the French if we keep the British missions. Yes, we can. Well, yes, we can. Which means we become Great Britain, but with French possessions. Okay, let's keep the British missions. And the French conflict, English superiority, the royal court, subjugating Scotland, conquering Ireland. Yup, let's do what we gotta do. Also, 2 heavies. One siege guy go for Chartres because our goal is to take Paris. Ouch. Whoa, Scotland is in the war. How come? How come? Did they promise them land or something? Now the Scots have 8 plus 3, 11,000. Let's win a couple of battles against the French, then we transfer some of our troops to the north to peace out the Scottish. Right. Currying favors with the Castilians. By 10 favors I can call them in this defensive war. Actually, they must be coming to defend, no? Or only if I promise the Castilians land. English-French 100 Years War. I don't get it. I thought France was the aggressor, so Castile and Austria must join automatically. I don't get it. Really don't get it. If you know, please tell me below in the comments. Gift from Aragon. Also on the naval engagement. Let's give Labourde an edict, a defensive edict, to take Protic 40 days for the English. I mean for the French and vassals. Is he about to engage me? Let's retreat then. Contacts in the Holy See. Let's gain admin points instead. Poland went for the Jagiellon. Moldavia chose Hungary. Bourbonnais went for Calais. Let's give them some hard time with our defensive edict. Also, yeah, almost forgot. Northern England, also defensive edict. That balance though. Right, 3 more months and we call the Castilians in. They would be of vital help to us. They already got 2 breaches, man. Like, seriously? Now we can call the Castilians. Get some favors going with the Austrians. Curry favors. Go Castile. Go Castile for Labourde, please. S'il vous plaît. Por favor. Oh my god, seriously? Should I engage in Labourde? Can I engage? No. Because Haute Poitou, that's why. Let's do something different. Let's relieve the siege of Northumberland. Attach, attack. Also with our 8 heavies, let's engage the Scots. Return the army to the south. Right, Siege of Labourde has been relieved. Is it beneficial to us to naval invade Calais or get access through Burgundy? Yeah, let's get access through Burgundy. Let's see what we can do. Would Calais fall though? That's the question. I would get -1 crossing penalty. Shift consolidate everybody. And attack. If we lose it, then we lose it. At least we tried. Yep, we lost it. Almost same amount of casualties. At least Castile is sieging in the south. Right, Calais has fallen, unfortunately. A new pope in Firenze. Come on, Chartres. Don't you wanna fall? Right, Chartres has fallen. Let's go for Paris and protect Chartres. The goal is to take Paris. Portugal can be called, yes please. Call to arms. Oof, Castilians are getting massacred in the south, unfortunately. Can we go for Calais and siege it real quick before it's too late? Gonna try my luck. Gonna try my luck real quick. War of the Roses, of course. Of course it's War of the Roses. Let's see if the rebels can fight the Isles and Scotland. So Henry VI has suddenly died. As the nation mourns, 2 junior branches of the old House of Plantagenet, the House of Lancaster and the House of York, both claim to be the rightful heir to the throne of England. Sporadic fights between their supporters have already broken out in a number of provinces around the country. Their heraldic symbols, a red rose and a white rose, have already become synonymous with the conflict, now commonly known as the War of the Roses. So either go with the Lancasters or the Yorks. I think the Yorks are better stats in this case. Also, we are generating 12 mil powers a month, which is massive. We'll get to the next deck before the French. Oh, Naples is independent. Okay. Who wants to marry? Austria. Portugal. Castile. Manpower is low, unfortunately. Right. And a cardinal minister. Yep. Denmark intervenes. Because they're our rival, right? Yes, that's why. 100 spy network in France. Beautiful when you see it. I think it's time to relieve the siege of Northumberland before Northumberland falls. Can I piece out the Scots or not yet? 40 or 41? Let's sit on this fort and blockade their capital for a quick white peace. Actually, we can white peace them right now. Let's go for reps and money. Actually, just money. Do we need to fight the rebels now or after we get the PO on the French? Let's focus on the French first. France intervenes, seriously? In freaking Alençon. Let's tag them, I guess. Since it's mainland. English pretender rebels. F452, not bad, I must say, not bad. Wait, why are they attacking Paris with 2k troops? Or were they getting some reinforcements somewhere? Let's carpet siege a little bit, and they discovered our network. Let's improve relations with the Austrians for faster favor generation per month. Does France have the next Miltech? No, not yet. We will get it in like less than a year from now. Local unrest goes brr. We'll deal with the rebels later. We will deal with them later. Burgundians, let's embargo them. Oh, we have embargoed already. Let's then send an insult for power projection. Wow, 47k troops sitting here, chilling. Also, let's get rid of the edict in Calais. Whereas the edict in Gascony is still there. Right, Paris has fallen. To end the French conflict, we need to PO the French. I see. 2 more heavies. Support for York. Finally some support. And just as I mention it, some dudes interfere. Let's fight with our mercenary company, shall we? We've lost Laborde. So sad. Let's get rid of the edict then. Support for York. But this one is unsieging automatically. Ouch, a balance of -30 for a month. Oh, London, London. Let's give them some defensive edict. Them pesky rebels. I went for Haute Poitou in case Castile left the siege. Haute Poitou has been unsieged. These guys are returning to Haute Poitou. Hey Castile, why do you have interest in Haute Poitou? Yes, of strategic utility. A province of strategic utility. Gotcha. The Renaissance. A nobles disgruntled. 45 ducats. Yep. Gladly gonna pay them. Also, next mill tech. Now we have an advantage over the French. Now we might engage them if we want to. But our manpower is in dire situation. Support for York. Oh, we cannot call the Austrians because war has started more than 30 months ago. Stop currying favors, stop improving relations, instead improve relations with whom? With whom? I don't know. I don't know with whom. Let's go with the Pope for some extra papal influence. So we need 60% war score, and this would generate us 85 aggressive expansion. You may think it's brutal, because it is. Let's liberate Laborde. Support for York again. Come on. Do something like this. Almost there. Right, just like that. We PU the French. 1450. 1450, my man. Let's make them lose some of the cores on us. Or we get money. One of the two. I think let's get money, because we cannot revoke all their cores on us. They will hate us anyway. I think the malice is does scale with the amount of cores and their development that we have of them. So let's get max money instead. Union with the French. Send demands. Right, mission fulfilled, and the French conflict Be it through victory over the French and claiming their throne, or by abandoning continental Europe and taking a focus on the navy, our conflict with France and the continent must find an end one way or another. They lose 25 liberties, which is cool. Doesn't help a lot, but it's cool nevertheless. Right. We designate Calais as the staple port, although we lose some admin. The French ain't that loyal, you know? Let's give them some support of our loyalists. Right. Is it safe to go for Ireland at this stage of the game? After we, of course, rout out the pretenders, which we're gonna do right now. Let's go protect trade in the English Channel or Lubeck. Let's go for Lubeck. Also, establish communities in Champagne for faster increase of relations with the French passively. Passive increase in relations. And then we prepare to relieve the siege of London. Ooh, coalitions are forming. Coalitions are forming, my man. Let's go for Denmark as a rival, as well as the Ottomans, I guess. Oh, come on, man, come on. I had a legitimate claim on the French throne, my man. Let's get 8 plus 8, 16, and another 2. Which makes them 18. Right. Let's detach a sieging regiment and go for Oxford, then engage the rebels. God, I think I need to chill a little bit with Ireland, because our AE is so high, man. Claims on our rivals on Picardy. Are we actually losing this? Are we? And we've lost our general. We've lost our general. So we've won. Right. Now, unsiege at the speed of light. Unsiege everything and turn the disaster. We need just to unsiege everything. No +1 stab needed for this nonsense. We just unsiege and we win the 100 Years' War. Lyonnais? Oh, it's here. Let's help the French beat those rebels to get extra relations with them. Rumors of large revolt on the continent. Let's pay them off. Let's pay them off instead. London, no edict. Support for York, yes please. A theologian has died. Let's go for, yeah, stab cost. That's why. And just like that, we finished the 100 Years' War? No. Really? No? Yes, we finished it! So, the end of the War of the Roses. Actually, I meant the War of the Roses, not the 100 Years' War. The armed conflict over the succession to the English throne is finally over as the ruling dynasty defeats the rebels. Order has finally been restored. Yes, please. So, the War of the Roses. This is a conflict that many have long seen coming. Our people must be safely shepherded through this period of uncertainty one way or another. So if we complete the mission by going through the War of the Roses, we get 1 stab. Also, we get a house united until the end of the Age of Discovery, giving us aggressive expansion as well as nobility equilibrium. Alternatively, dynastic security. Since we get 1 stab, let's go for 1 stab ourselves and get the free stab. Yep. And that's how you basically handle the 100 Years' War and War of the Roses by 1451 in patch 1.35 Domination. If you liked part 1 of this series, consider hitting the like button, smashing the like button, smashing the subscribe button for future content of this sort. This has been the Red Shake. Peace!